Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. And now the opening lineup for Boston, courtesy of State Farm. Bird is out there with McHale. Then it's Parrish. Then it's Johnson. And it's Ainge in at the 2 spot. And for the Lakers, they've got Scott. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Rambis. Then there's Worthy. And it's Johnson in at the 1.
Staples Center was just an unwelcoming venue all around last season, and the Lakers did their part by defending the home court not only with pride, but passion too.
So the Lakers win the tip. Abdul-Jabbar up top. Bird pulls it in. Lakers always tough, as you mentioned, Clark, here at home. And last year, no different. Ended up 26-7 here inside the Staples Center. Was a big part, Steve, of why they were able to win the Pacific Division.
Well, any team that is a serious championship contender, Kevin, is going to control its home floor. And the Lakers, despite the fact that they lost in the conference semifinals, they were a contender, and they controlled their home floor pretty much all season long.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, the area where the Celtics started to struggle last year was winning games on the road. That's something they had done pretty well in previous seasons, but they were very inconsistent away from Boston last year.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And for the Celtics, a lot of those close ones they were used to being able to pull out on the road seemed to go, Clark, I think, the other way last season.
They sure did, and all those losses added up as they ended with a road record of 15-18, Kevin. Those 15 wins, the lowest of any playoff team in the East, except for the Knicks.
And Bird comes to help. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Abdul-Jabbar's got his first basket.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Bird kicks to McHale.
Defensive foul. James Worthy. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Johnson, the pass to Bird. The Lakers with the rebound. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Yes, Kevin, and he said their preparation for this game was all about defense. Going up against one of the premier offensive teams in the NBA, he said, listen, it's a challenge that we need to embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on this high-scoring team. It's never easy.
All right, Doris, thanks. And it seems they have planned wisely for a matchup like this against a team that scores so proficiently.
Well, you can't just ignore the... ridiculous move.
Pour it down that time. Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like checking his landing, I think, Clark. Man, pretty big statement, too.
Yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action.
It was kind of a weird start to the playoffs last year for Boston. Rondo gets suspended early, but the Celtics were able to get past the Hawks as they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds, and the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True, right. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there. Well, another hoop there. They're playing well.
Looking to add to this cushion, and that's just what they've done, I think.
Some changes for the Lakers. Lucas is checked in for Rambis. Green comes in for Worthy. And it's Cooper in for Scott. You know, Clark, you wonder how the Celtics would fare as an older team and shortened season, the compacted window of games, so many games crammed into 1 week. You just weren't sure how much gas they had in the tank come playoff time, Steve. But as it showed, they won a couple series and made their way through.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive for getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking Miami to 7 games. They had their chance, too. You know, up 3-2 in a home game. But LeBron and Miami were just too much. Yeah, when you play against him, Kevin, the first thing you want to address is making it harder on him to go to work down low. If you let him get position inside, it's going to be a long night for you.
Another thing about him is how quick he is to react when he's defending near the hoop. A lot of his blocks, so to speak, come at waist level because he pokes the ball away as his man is on the way up. You know, the Lakers have long been the pride of the West for the better part of the century, but every so often they can hit tough stretches, and last year they had a hard time with the East.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Parrish, he's checked in for Walton, and it's Easting in for Ainge. Count that one. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Bird. Jumps up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did, whatever it was, it definitely works, Clark.
Passes it to Seasting. He kicks it to Johnson. Scott pulls it in. With 1 on the clock. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Lakers ahead, up 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for... Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Lucas. Then there's Cooper. Then it's Green, and it's McGee in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Cooper kicks to Lucas. Now the pass to Cooper. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Green. Gets it to go.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Now Ainge. Back to McHale. Open look. Shot misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Green with the ball. And it's McHale picking him up. Shot's good. Green's got his second basket of the game.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Ty Lawson went overseas prior to last season, played in Lithuania for a few games. He said, quote, "It's a different type of game, a lot of pick and roll. They like to play more physical over there. It was fun. Who can say they were traveling the world at age 23? I learned a lot of things. I feel like I'm a little bit more cultured now. Kevin, that's never a bad thing."
Good point, Doris. Thanks.
Well, he's a basketball junkie, guys. Just get him a ball, and he's going to want to play.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers.
Since Boston's resurgence, they've always done a great job against the Western Conference. Having the depth and the talent they do gives you a chance to do that, but last year it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, Clark, you're right. They really struggled to get any real momentum when they faced off against the Western Conference, and then, Steve, they ended up with a 7-11 record against them.
Yeah, you know, really a far cry from how they had done up until that point. But losing some of the guys they did made it hard for them to play the type of defense that let them dominate the Western Conference the year before.
Celtics trail by 7. Johnson with it. Back to Walton. There's the feed to Johnson. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 6.
A beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Stuffs it through.
Boy, the big fella showing us a little explosiveness for a change.
Well, maybe Clark is working on his dunk skills because he looked perfectly at home right there.
Now, sometimes he can clang those, so I'm glad to see him get that one down.
.43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Good. 8 points for him.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job. Johnson
outside. Johnson right side. The rebound by Walton.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Lakers leading by 5. And here is Scott. Knocks down the 3 ball. Scott's got 5. 8 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bird, the pass to Carlisle. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Poked away. Can't get it to go. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Lakers lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Celtics 16.
Now, presented by Sprint.
One concern in the event.
Saturday, the best day of the week. Let's make it even a little bit better with a halftime show. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against Boston. They're scoring effortlessly. The defense has been completely overmatched. And slugging it out so far, the Boston Celtics. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
And now we return to the action here at the Staples Center in the heart of downtown LA. And the Celtics with possession here. 8-point game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Boston, they've got Bird. Johnson is out there with Ainge. Then there's McHale. And it's Parrish in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Bird. The rebound by Johnson.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris.
Well, there's some very popular destinations for free agents around the league. Chicago, New York, Miami. But for me, the Lakers are still the premier market for players. You know, big city, a history of winning with the Laker organization, and fantastic weather, of course.
Here's Ainge, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. And the Lakers call time here.
I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
And the Lakers making a change here. Lucas is checked in. Abdul-Jabbar. Rebound Boston. And Steve, to follow up on your point, the whole aspect of Hollywood has always been a big lure for the Lakers as far as recruiting Clark free agents.
We've seen it over the years with all the big names they've gotten assigned in free agency. No doubt about it, the Lakers are still one of those destination teams for a lot of players in the league. Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there. And no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Gets the bucket. Abdul-Jabbar's got his second basket.
Yeah, and he's such a clutch player, too. Relishes these big moments with the clock winding down, games up for grabs. That's when he tends to want the ball and create something, and more often than not, deliver.
And Steve, you know what? He's a forceful finisher, too. I mean, that's something you can't help but notice. I mean, he'll plow right through a defender to throw one down if he has to.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Walton's checked in for Parrish. Wedman comes in for McHale. And it's Easting in for Ainge.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
At the line for 2.
And that one falls for Johnson. So both teams making some changes here. And Johnson drops them both. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Johnson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Johnson against Johnson. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
With 4 seconds on the clock.
You know, once he corralled that rebound, he was in just the right spot to power it back down.
You could see it coming too, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that was going to be a simple little putback. He saw the angle and he gave it a little something extra.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Lakers on top. They lead by 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when... Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. Now, let's check in with Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. For the Lakers, it's been an uncontainable game from their point guard tonight. What an incredible performance, a night he'll always remember. Can he build on the memory here as we continue?
Okay, thank you, Doris. He has made a major contribution, hasn't he?
Oh, definitely, Kevin. I mean, I don't know where this team would be without the performance he's put in today.
Yeah, I think the game would have clearly taken on a different complexion for sure, but my goodness, so far he's done whatever is necessary to make sure they come out on top.
They've got Abdul-Jabbar. Scott is out there with Cooper. Then there's Worthy. And it's Lucas in at the power forward position. That's the Laker 5. Here's Abdul-Jabbar, and there's another one for the Lakers.
His team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Gets it to go.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high-quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Good.
His touch has looked much better than it did in the first half.
And the Lakers call time here. They lead by 8. 1:58 left in the game. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He said, nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
All right, Doris, thanks.
Good foul there defensively. Make him earn 2 points from the line.
I agree with you. I mean, no freebies. Don't give anybody an easy opportunity. Make good use of your foul there.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. Both free throws good from Ainge.
And crucial that he converted those foul shots. They've got to continue to eat away at this lead.
Rambis kicks to Johnson. Shot is blocked. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's McHale. And the shot is good.
Points in the paint has been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
Well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there, so might as well keep going right at the rim. If there's no resistance, then make them pay.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5. He's perfect from the line this time.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
Here's Bird. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow, let it happen. Don't force it.
That's going to be tough here, Clark.
You know, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they need some big plays to steal this one.
And there's been zero effort defensively by both these clubs tonight.
And don't let that high score fool you. I mean, it's a product of poor defense more than great offense.
Scotty's checked in for Cooper. The Celtics also with a sub. Parrish is checked in for Walton. Scott dishes to Johnson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
Bird kicks to Johnson. No luck.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. The Celtics have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
What a play. The boot plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Lakers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And he misses the first one. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 4. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
I think the coach is telling them here to just take the easy points in a hurry, and then you got to foul right away.
I don't think they necessarily need to just foul blindly right away here. Still go for a steal before you send one of them to the foul line.
Came through there with a key basket.
Yeah, that was huge. Stepping up when it matters most.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
2 shots.
First free throw missing for him. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Well, you hate to use the word choke, but to come away empty right there is just brutal. This game would have been over.
Now here's Parrish. Bird outside. Oh, off target.
And a really poor job boxing out there, guys. A momentary lapse in concentration, I think.
Timeout called the Lakers. Number 12. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. We've got more.
47.
We've got overtime action now, folks. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke on our sideline, and this is Kevin Harlan. And so off the tip, it's Boston. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Celtics. We've got McHale. Johnson is out there with Ainge. Then it's Parrish. And it's Bird in at the small forward position.
At the line for your Lakers, Abdul-Jabbar. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. He's off that time. Second free throw missing.
Well, one more make would have been awfully nice, but I'm sure they're happy just to take the lead.
Here's Johnson. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Not his forte. I don't really like that shot, and you can tell the defense is just asking him to take it.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Good on the shot. And the Lakers lead by 3. And the crowd roaring to life.
That was a huge shot. And they're just about dancing in the aisles now.
What an eruption in this building.
This is to Ainge. Wide open look. Rebounded by Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked. Overtime still getting started here, just about a minute in. Bird with it, and Abdul-Jabbar picks him up defensively. Johnson, the pass to Parrish. Boston, no good that time either.
Boy, that's 2 easy points you've just given away.
Here's Johnson. Rebounded by the Celtics. And pushing it up, here's Boston. McHale dishes to Johnson. Sinks it. And that shot brings them to within just 1. A big bucket there to quiet this crowd, Clark.
You know, that's exactly what you got to do. Take them out of the equation. Make those fans be quiet.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Johnson. Nails the tray. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. Pulls up, high post. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And so they foul intentionally.
Lakers. Abdul-Jabbar. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, he showed a very steady hand in converting those 2 free throws, and now their lead is that much more secure.
And the Celtics with possession here. Bird kicks to Ainge. Connects! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, and there's been 0 effort defensively by both these clubs tonight.
And don't let that high score fool you. I mean, it's a product of poor defense more than great offense. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Feeds it to Johnson. Fades back. Shoots over Scott. Johnson can't get it to go. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
So the Lakers take the win. An impressive victory in overtime after an exciting end in regulation.
You know what? In a long game, fatigue can sometimes affect every aspect of play. They didn't look tired at all to me.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.
Welcome to the NBA's